very thought, the very attempt to seek for a God, find a God, whether it's psychological, whether you put on your little backpack and physically go on a journey, an endeavor to find God, whatever it is, it means you have a chore to do. You have something to seek for, something to do. It means you don't have it now. Very simple. Life is very simple. The mind is very simple. And it reveals the simplicity of what humans make a chore out of, you see. God may be for some minds, fantastical, an imagination, a dream, an unreal thing or substance, not good enough. You see, we're not good enough. This is someone's belief said to me, we're not good enough to find God, you see. Leave God alone. So let's take that one on board and say, yeah, let's leave God alone. So the very attempt, the very thought to find peace in your, whatever you define peace as, freedom of the mind, freedom of being left on your own, freedom of being able to do what you please in this world, freedom of just being content, happy. The very attempt to look for peace means you have a chore to do. You see, and the trick of the Bible is those that wanted to really control humanity wanted to tell you you have a chore to do. You see, the body doesn't need to be told to do chores. You see, with or without mind, we go through our life. The body goes through its life eating, finding, sleeping, walking, laughing. If that becomes a chore, then what is there to live for, you see? The mind will always tell you there's something else, somewhere else that you need to discover. Now let's look at it from the point of that mind being correct. What is it that you want to discover? You see? Because the conditioned ego mind will tell you what you want to discover. You'll discover what your parents discovered. You'll discover what their parents discovered. Because that's all you're good for. Repetitive, robotic, parrot, copy and paste discoveries. You see, the speaker's not a specialist, but there's a Jiddu Krishnamurti video, and I'm not putting the ownership on Jiddu, and he says it's about the freedom of mind, and he says you won't discover anything new until you put your traditional mind, your old mind, your parents' mind, your grandparents' mind, the parent of the mind of, I think he uses the mind of belief, the mind of prejudice, the mind of this is what I know, so I'll take it and move it into another dimension. That's new. It's not completely new, you see. I remember being in art school, and I was a bit of a rebel. You see, my mind was a bit rebellious. And I was painting away, and they say, you're doing fantastic. And so everything was good, you see. And then one tutor says, but who is your influence, you see? I said, well, what do you mean, like? The painting is my influence. No, you need to pass the course, you need to research who are you admired by. Well, my family. Life is admirable. Yes, but you must define a particular artist. You see, you must explore that artist. Maybe 4 or 5 artists, and take some of what they do and put it into your work, or question it in your work, or try and merge with previous artists. I said, well, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I said, well, that's the course desires. That's what the course is asking from you. How capable are you to look at other artists? I said, well, I look at all artists, and I think they're all phenomenally gifted people. Yeah, but what is it you see within them? You see, we're encouraged to take something from others' mindsets, their own ways, their methods, their practices, their whatever it is in art, colours, their types of styles, their brushstrokes, and make them into a merging of you, which really is detrimental to life. I'm only taking 5 artists, the rest you can go to hell. Nature, you go to hell. Yeah, my family, no, you're not part of my learning, you see. Is this real pure learning? Is this pure learning? Or is learning something that is totally new? You won't get on in life, and I didn't get on in life because I didn't follow the academic ways of that procedures. You see, so they say, well, you can go to hell, Mr. Graham. You can go to hell. You're not part of the team. You see, you're not part of the traditional way of learning art. You see. Now, I'm not disappointed in that because, I'm free to create art in whatever way, whatever happens, and you don't measure it. You don't measure it against any other artist. You don't measure it against if there was any intent or any subject that you wanted to, portray on a big canvas. You say, well, that's what it is. You see, that's new. It's 100% new. And people don't like that, you see, because they want to put you into a category. Oh, yes, you're definitely an expressionist, or a new, modern, contemporary realist, or you are an outsider, you see. They want to measure you and put you in a box. The human way is to say, yeah, we're all able to do this and this. So no one can step out of this box. No one. See. So the fact of them saying this is absolutely liberating. I don't want to step out of the box. See, I don't want to seek for something that may not appear, whether it's a new job in a physical world or whether it's God in a fantastical world. But I don't want to be in the box. So you surrender and break down the box. So your knowledge, your information, all that you knew, all your programmed self, your conditioned self, your learning, is just set free. You're not in the human process. You're not in the systematic way of humanity, but you can reach and take everything that is free, whether it can be named as, I'll take that back again. That's old style traditional learning. I'll need that in my life today. I'll take it for today and then I'll let it go. Or, wow, look at all this new stuff. But you don't know what it is, the new stuff, you see, because it can't have an identity or a name. It can't be associated with an emotion or a feeling. It cannot be what we have created as this is the human way, this is how we do it. So anything new is new, and then it's free to go. You see? And the speaker is speaking about the mind and thoughts. The thought is new. Yeah, it's new. There's no mind within this body that can make sense of it. But it's worth being here. So I let it go. So every moment is a learning. And the learning is not stored academically for future use as assumptions, as a goddamn name that, it resembles that name, you see, so it must be associated with that. So therefore you're taking it back into the tradition. You see, so what the speaker is saying, whatever you don't have now, you don't have. Okay? So if you don't have mind, you don't have it. If you don't have God, you don't have it. Because you don't know what God is. And really we don't know what mind is. It's just a source of energy, a source of words, a source of time, a source of a way that something can convey to the true you. This is how you have to live your life. This is a traditional way. This is the cultural way. And you say, thank you very much. That's not new. That's old. I've heard it about 5,000 times before. I know it. It's conveyed in my language. So it must have been invented by someone else. So therefore, I'm grateful for this, but you can go. And then suddenly you become enlightened and something miraculous happens and you say, oh, wow, there's no way I can convey this. There's no way I can call it a God, a light, a source, an Atman, a Brahman. It is what it is, you see. So God becomes like life. Life is what it is. You don't know. You've been told that these are trees. And you say, yeah, that's an old traditional thought. That's brilliant. Thank you very much for that thought. You can go. I want to learn something new every moment of my day. But the day itself is an imagination. You see, there's not a day. We cannot measure life. We try every day. We try through the sun, clocks, time, emotions, experiences, making up stories, narratives, identities, names, labels associated with there and past, which is now made up, and future, which will never come. You see, and you fall into the, oh yeah, I'm back in the traditional mind again, you see. So I'll just be what they want me to be. I won't be what I am free to be. There's nothing wrong with the traditional mind. I'm not saying you must remove, like Ramana Maharshi, the whole of tradition, the whole of the human process. It is valid, but it's not learning. It's not learning, you see. It's a way of putting a mental psychological process into a box and putting a patent on it and say, that's you're going to have to give me money because it's mine, you see. That's mine, you see. And you're caught in the trap of that patent, that mind. You're always watching who's taking ownership without asking for permission or without giving me some money. That's mine, you see. That's mine. So you're not seeking God. You're not caring about God. I'm only caring about this box. And that falls into the trap of the body. You now feel that you're insignificant and you're confined to this body, so I have to be just this body. You see? And the story of life is engraved, etched in this box. One day you're going to die. Yeah. So, be free. Yes, that's great advice. I'll just take my box and be free over there. You see, I'll go to this country and be free, but I need my box. I have to take it. You see, the box is the mind. The box is a world. The box is your identity, your stuff. And they say the body will be taken away, but don't take away my stuff. The Egyptians, they tried to take their stuff with them. I know. Um, so whatever you seek means it's a chore. I don't have it now. And if you stop seeking, everything will come to you. And you may fall into the trap of, oh, speaker's right, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to store that in my brain, that thought. Oh, I'm going to keep that idea. I'm going to store that. I'm not going to share that. And before you know it, you're full of stuff again. Coming and going. New thought, brilliant, thank you. Old thought, brilliant, thank you. You can go. You know, if God shows itself in front of you, wow. And you have no way of explaining what it is because it's not visually able, it's not you're not soundfully able, you're not touchingly able, you can't draw pictures of it, whatever. How are you going to keep that, you see? You say, well, thank you, God. You can go. Because it's the moment of learning, the moment of the thought coming and going. It's the space between the thought coming and going, the physicality coming and going, the object coming and going, the body coming and going, the breath coming and going, the mind coming and going, the sleep coming and going. It's whatever in that space between the coming and the going is truth. And when you understand truth, you don't want to keep any thought. You don't want to keep any idea. You don't want to keep any patent. You don't want to keep any God. You don't want to keep any moment. Because in the passing of each moment is a complete and profoundly sweetness of the original moment. So you're living billions of lives, thousands of lives every day in our time-based world, billions of life in it every year, because each thought is a new thought. Regardless of how old and stale and mean it is or joyful it is a thought, a beautiful thought. The thoughts are not yours. You can adopt a mind of suffering and say, I want to keep all my thoughts, keep all my patents, keep all my gods, keep all my belongings, keep all my, I want to be like the Egyptian. I want to take my everything with me. But in death, it will be a thought. And let that thought go, and the continuation of thoughts go on. The continuation of life goes on. The continuation of being goes on. You see, because consciousness has no beginning and end. Consciousness is the provider of thought. Consciousness is the one that takes the thought away. And true, pure consciousness is the one when the thought neither comes nor goes. All is truly as it is, as consciousness is, as God is, whatever traditional word you want to give to it, it simply is. No seeking, no needs, no desires, no wants, no tradition, no future, no old, and even new. is not really valid. You are whatever we are. We are the creator of this world. Of whatever your mind and thought comes, I am that. So take it on board. Take every thought on board. But don't keep them. Give them a life jacket and say, yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for sailing with me. You can go.